I remember a time when the world was much larger than it is today. It wasn't because the continents were further apart or the oceans wider. It was because of the gaps, the vast, silent spaces between what we knew and what we could only imagine. If you heard a rumor about a hidden beach, you didn't check the geotag. You drove until the pavement ended and hoped the directions you wrote on a napkin were right. If you saw a grainy photo of a new band in a magazine, you didn't stream their album in 2 seconds. You spent weeks wondering what they sounded like, building a myth in your head that no reality could ever touch. Back then, not knowing wasn't a failure of technology. It was an invitation to wonder. Press play, and the past doesn't feel far away. We live in the era of the instant answer. From the price of a stock to the private life of a stranger, everything is indexed, tagged, and searchable. We've traded the friction of discovery for the smoothness of the search bar. And on the surface, it's a miracle. Who wouldn't want more clarity? Who wouldn't want to be right all the time? But for Gen X, this transition has come with a quiet, heavy cost. By eliminating the unknown, we've accidentally killed the mystery. In this video, I want to explore how the death of mystery changed our psychology, how we went from being explorers of a vast world to being auditors of a flat one. We'll look at the joy of discovery versus the boredom of validation, and why leaving a few blanks in our lives might be the only way to find the magic again. In the analog world, information had weight because it was hard to find. Mystery was built into the very architecture of our lives. Think about the movie rumor. You'd hear a friend talk about a film that was supposed to be terrifying or groundbreaking. There was no trailer on your phone to spoil the best parts. You had to wait months. You had to go to the theater. That period of waiting wasn't dead space. It was the period where your imagination did the heavy lifting. The movie in your head was often better than the one on the screen, and that was okay. The mystery gave the experience its soul. Even our social lives were protected by a layer of the unknown. When you met someone new, they were a blank slate. You had to talk to them to find out who they were. You didn't pre-audit their existence by scrolling through 10 years of their photos. You didn't know their political leanings, their ex-partners, or what they ate for breakfast before you even shook their hand. There was a profound dignity in that mystery. It allowed people to be who they were in that moment, not a collection of data points from their past. And remember the long drive? Before GPS made every route a predictable blue line, you took the long way because you were curious. You'd pass a weird house or a strange roadside diner and wonder what the story was. You didn't pull over to read 400 Yelp reviews. You let the mystery stay a mystery, or you took the risk and walked inside. The world felt huge because it was full of secrets. And as a Gen Xer, you were a secret agent in your own life, discovering things for the first time without a crowd of digital witnesses. Then, the world started optimizing. We decided that uncertainty was a problem to be solved. We created the algorithm to ensure we never saw a movie we didn't like, never ate a meal that wasn't 5 stars, and never took a road that had a traffic jam. But when you optimize for certainty, you eliminate the possibility of being surprised. Now, discovery has been replaced by validation. We don't go looking for things anymore. We just go to check if the internet was right. We visit the Eiffel Tower not to see it, but to confirm it looks like the photo we've seen 1,000 times. We meet a date not to discover a person, but to verify the profile. Everything is pre-digested. The spoiler culture isn't just about movies. It's about life itself. We know the ending before we've even started the beginning. And this has a strange effect on our nervous systems. When there is no mystery, there is no deep play. We are constantly in a state of auditing reality rather than inhabiting it. We've traded the aha moment for the I knew it moment. And the I knew it moment is much colder, much flatter. We've reached a point where we fear the unknown. If a question goes unanswered for more than 10 seconds, we feel a twitch in our thumbs. We've lost the muscle for sitting with a question. We've forgotten that some of the best parts of life are the ones that can't be explained by a Wikipedia entry. There are 3 ways this loss of mystery has changed us. First, the shrinking of the world. In the old world, the world was as big as your curiosity. Now, the world is as small as your screen. Everything is reachable, so nothing feels special. Punchline: we have the world in our pockets, but we've lost the feeling of being in the world. Second, the death of anticipation. Waiting used to be where the magic happened. Now, instant gratification has killed the build-up. We get the answer so fast we forget why we even asked the question. Punchline: we've gained efficiency, but we've lost the earned joy. Third, the loss of the self-created myth. Before data, we built myths about our heroes, our crushes, and our futures. Now, data has replaced myths. We know too much about everyone, and it makes the world feel crowded and noisy. Punchline: facts are useful, but myths are what make us feel alive. So, how do we bring the mystery back in 2026? We don't have to throw away our phones, but we do have to build borders of mystery around our lives. Try the anti-search rule. Next time you're curious about a person, a place, or a book, don't Google it. Let the curiosity sit there. Let it itch. Go meet the person, visit the place, or read the book with zero pre-knowledge. Give yourself the gift of a first impression that hasn't been curated by an algorithm. Practice intentional losing. Go for a drive or a walk without a map. Turn off the blue line. Let yourself be a little bit lost. That slight feeling of uncertainty is where your senses wake up. It's where you start noticing the world again, instead of just following instructions. Protect your deep spaces. Don't share every moment. Keep some secrets. Let some parts of your life stay unindexed. The parts of your life that aren't on the internet are the only parts that truly, exclusively belong to you. Patience is a form of power, and mystery is a form of freedom. If you feel like the world has lost its spark, you're not just being nostalgic, you're noticing the absence of the unknown. The most beautiful things in our Gen X childhood weren't the things we had. They were the things we were about to find. They were the stories we made up to fill the gaps. We can't go back to 1985, but we can choose to unknow a few things so that our hearts still have room to dread ream. What is one thing you're glad you didn't know everything about when you were younger? A mysterious neighbor? A band you only saw on a poster? A place you had to find using a paper map? Drop your birth year and your mystery in the comments. Let's remember a world that was still big enough to get lost in. Subscribe to Gen X Reflections for more stories about the values we're trying to hold on to. Next time, we're looking at how that same obsession with knowing everything has turned inward to our very heartbeats. We'll talk about the day we stopped listening to our bodies and started auditing them like a spreadsheet. It's time to talk about neuro-wellness, over-optimization, and how to reclaim your intuition from your apps. Until then, leave one question unanswered today, just to see how it feels. If this video hits you right in the memories, then the next one I am recommending below will probably have you nodding along too. Click it right now to watch.